In my hand is a copy of the original 1912 menu from the Titanic. And today we're gonna be doing something really special. My friend Brian and I are gonna be cooking and tasting the original 1912 menu from the Titanic. That is amazing. Along the way, we'll learn how each class dined and even speak to a Titanic expert to learn more about the lives of the passengers on board.
Hi everyone, my name is Rafael Avila, but most people online know me as the Titanic guy.
Let's start with third class, where a full day of eating would typically look like this. Welcome to the third class on the Titanic. Now you might hear third class and think it's horrible or a bad experience, but it is one of the best amongst all the other steamships that were around at the time. The Titanic actually served meals for the third class, unlike some other ships where they had to bring their own food on board.
For a lot of liners, there was no food provided. They were expected to sort of bring their own food for their voyage, right? It really depended on the shipping company.
Sure.
But the fact that third class passengers were offered oatmeal, porridge, smoked herrings, bread, marmalade, things like that. That was a luxury.
So because of this, Titanic was the most expensive amongst all the other ships at that time. The quality of the food was surprisingly really good. It might have been plain and boring, but they still had like ham and eggs, fresh bread, smoked herring. I mean, this is decent food. So one thing about third class meals is that they had breakfast and dinner, but dinner was served at lunch, so it's kind of confusing that they called it dinner on the menu. But the last meal of the day was tea and supper, which was just cold meats, cheese, bread and butter, and tea. So really they had two main meals. It doesn't look bad. We got the ham and eggs here. We got the smoked herring.
Yeah, apparently third class, like this was like, you go on any other ship that's not called the Titanic.
Yeah.
They're not feeding you anything. You gotta pack your own meal. So this is like already a luxury.
With the Titanic, third class was actually much better than anything anyone had ever seen on the ocean.
They were happy with what they got because it was like, oh my God, we got to eat. Let's go down the line.
Okay.
Simple ham and eggs.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Excellent.
Don't ever make that pun again. The one thing is, I'm afraid of the smoked herring.
My face is pretty far away from it and it's so strong.
It's freaking strong.
Overbearing. Ready?
Cheers. Oh.
Smoked herring. That's delicious.
That's not bad. But then how can you have this for breakfast?
I think because of the complicated nature of having like a food and beverage operation on the Titanic, tinned fish was probably really easy to serve.
Yeah, it was just like pop it open.
And to be honest, like the smoky flavor that I'm having right now, it would pair well with like ocean breeze, like you know what I'm saying? Like
this is so simple, like a rustic bread and butter. Oh, that's good. Oatmeal porridge. I'm having a big bite here. Boring. What I'm really interested in trying is this rice soup. I've never in my life have had rice soup. Just a little mix. It's almost kind of like porridge, right?
yeah.
That is delicious.
Ooh, I love the kick from the cayenne.
Yeah, there was a little cayenne in here. This is a cozy meal too.
I'm gonna do the potato inside the rice soup.
Dude, what a combo. I'm gonna try that with you right here. Wow, man. Hey, listen, I had low expectations coming into third class, and it's exceeded it.
Yeah, this is really satisfying and delicious.
With a little sweet corn on the side, I mean, what a great combination. And just to round things off after your meal, get a nice bowl of fruit, hit the spot.
In any class, watermelon is a classy thing.
Yes.
A lot of the people in third class, believe it or not, were immigrating.
Yeah.
They were looking for a better future. So like we're talking about starting off on an optimistic note. Like, this is great. Life is going good already.
We've made it to our last meal of the day, which is not called dinner, it's called tea and supper.
That's right.
And what do we got in front of us, Brian?
So right now, we have like the perfect winding down meal, like something you would have. Maybe it's a light dinner for you because you've had a long day, but you're winding down. If you notice, there's one thing missing. Do you know what that is, Pat?
No, what's missing?
A glass of wine, some alcohol. People like to unwind, like lower class passengers weren't allowed to drink alcohol.
Nope, not at all. But if you were third class, you'd find a way to drink. Let's go ahead and give this a shot.
Let's do it.
Get some of that cracker in there, get some of that brie cheese, huh?
Cheers, dude.
That's so good. Tea is always nice with a charcuterie board. But you're right, what's really missing is a nice glass of wine or beer.
Can't wait to see what second class and first class have. It's gonna be insane.
I loved it. I thought it was delicious. But let's go see what second class has.
Let's go.
It's gonna be crazy.
We're moving up in society.
Let's go. We've now made it to the second class on the Titanic, also known as the forgotten class, because everybody was so busy paying attention to the first class and the third class that nobody really talked about the second class. Forget about the pan-fried ham and sausages, because now we're grilling them to get that charred flavor, but they also have elegant dishes like spaghetti au gratin or even the lamb with mint sauce. And don't forget about the dessert, because yes, second class got dessert and it was just American ice cream, but it's better than nothing. The second class dining room was a sight to behold. I mean, it was attractive, it was big, there was enough seats for all second class passengers, unlike third class.
You could think of second class as almost like first class junior, like first class light. A lot of these second class passengers would typically travel first class on other liners, but for Titanic, it was significantly more expensive. It was that echelon of people. First class and second class, it was very, very close.
But we're about to find out if second class food did actually live up to the hype. Welcome to second class, also known as the forgotten class, because so many people were so busy talking about third class and first class. But let's go ahead and start off with the second class breakfast with some of that grilled sausage and grilled ham. I don't get sick of ham, I don't get sick of sausage, especially if it's grilled. Like, that's fire to me. Cheers.
Cheers.
That little charred flavor.
Yeah, the grill flavor is amazing. Feels eventful, like it's grilled, kind of like, very celebratory.
Let's go ahead and try. Have you ever had a Vienna roll?
Never.
Okay, classic roll. Cheers.
Life is good in second class.
I'm happy.
I've had a good breakfast. Let's scurry over to have some lunch, sir.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, lunchtime for the second class passengers on the Titanic.
I love lunchtime. I'm a big lunch guy.
You are. It's nice. It's like you're hungry, middle of the day, want to eat something. We got ourselves some tapioca pudding, some spaghetti au gratin. Did I say it right?
Close enough.
Yeah. And a jacket potato, which is basically just a baked potato.
With salt.
And a simple salad. Let's go ahead and dig in. I want to try some of that au gratin. Have you ever had this before?
I've never had this.
Hey, first time trying this dish. Cheers.
What's it called?
Spaghetti au gratin. That's not bad. I actually like this a lot.
I like the crispiness.
Now, if I had this for lunch, it's a little heavy.
I'm going right back to my quarters.
Yeah.
I'm second class now. I'm gonna request for my bed to be made.
Yeah, have my bed made because I'm about to go sleep on the Titanic. But let's go ahead and try some of this jacket potato. Why couldn't they just call it like a baked potato? It's delicious. I mean, it's such a simple potato dish. Also, I want to say one more thing. The second class dishes were a lot harder to make.
Yeah, there is definitely like an elevated style of cuisine.
It was definitely fancy, I would say. You just have less options than first class, but I would. It was definitely good food, and a step up from third class. But I would say that the food in general, everything on the Titanic was world-class food, especially at the time.
Have you ever had tapioca pudding?
No, I'm excited to try it. It looks like a big bowl of mayo.
Yeah, it does look like a big bowl of mayo, but they ended off their lunch with some tapioca pudding.
Wait. Are we just gonna ignore the salad?
Yeah, salad.
Okay. Yeah. We're second class now. We're not eating the greens. We don't have to eat veggies anymore.
We don't have to eat veggies. They gave us simple salad, but we ain't gonna touch it.
We're living forever. We're rich.
Yeah. That is a nice way to round off this meal. You know what, Brian? They just contacted me letting me know that the bed is ready. So I'm gonna take a quick nap and we're gonna head to second class dinner.
All right, I'll meet you in your room.
Well, no. We are now in second class dinner. They actually have dinner for the second class, unlike the third class, where we just had like cold meats and they're like, here, eat. This lamb, I mean, it looks amazing with American ice cream, some assorted nuts, questionable, and peas. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my hand and just be like a third class citizen here.
Yeah, we've only been second class for like a day. So.
Yeah, like cut me some slack. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I feel rich. That is such an exquisite taste, right?
That is fantastic.
Assorted nuts is questionable.
This is so weird. This must have been like bread and butter. It's kind of like a starter, but I'd imagine on the Titanic, it was served course by course. It was kind of like a bar snack, But they did come with some, they called it on their menu, American ice cream.
Some vanilla ice cream. Who doesn't love ice cream? Also, wasn't it cold when they were like traveling? So like ice cream in a cold ship, but I like ice cream, so the best.
Amazing. Well, this was a fantastic second class experience. And I look forward to joining my best buddy pal here in first class.
Oh, we're already moving up. You're gonna wanna see what's about to go down in first class, because if you thought this was nice,
wait till you see first class.
We're gonna take it another level up. Let's go.
Let's go.
We've officially made it to the first class on the Titanic. The type of luxury that existed for the first class has never been seen before, even till this day. The attention to detail on the ship was outstanding. I mean, from the decor, furnishing, how food was served, and even entertainment was so well thought out. I mean, that's why first class wasn't cheap. In 1912, it cost around $4,350 for a ticket, where today's price would be $133,000. But enough about that, and let's talk about the food. I mean, the options were endless for first class. For breakfast, they weren't having regular eggs. They had tomato omelet, smoked salmon. They even had dessert like baked apples for breakfast. And for dinner, just the starters was exquisite, like salmon, mussolini, cucumber. They also had caviar. Yeah, caviar. I mean, they went all out on food when it came to the first class. Let's not also forget to talk about how beautiful and luxurious the dining rooms were. Also, to top it all off, there's live music being played while eating dinner. First class on the Titanic was something unlike anything seen before, and it's probably something we'll never see again. Brian, we have officially made it to first class breakfast, and right off the bat, this looks insane.
Looks like a dream come true, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got a beautiful omelet here, and you get the sirloin steak. Like, we're already getting steak right off the bat. That's crazy. With some smoked salmon, and what a classic dessert, baked apple. But let's go ahead and start with the beautiful looking omelet here, you know?
Let's do it.
I mean, who made this omelet? I mean, who doesn't love a good omelet, huh? That caramelized tomatoes, just delicious.
Perfect.
And then you got a side of steak, dude. Like, they gave you steak in the morning. I love it. As if it wasn't enough protein, they also gave you some delicious smoked salmon. Got lemon on top, a little bit of that dill.
Fantastic.
First class was, I don't even think we have anything really comparable to the way that it was back then, because the luxury back then, I truly don't believe that we'll ever live up to it now in this age. The Titanic was owned by a company called the White Star Line. The White Star Line had a competitor called the Cunard Line. So these were two very, very big, think of like Coca-Cola and Pepsi, you know, constantly at war, trying to get a bigger piece of the market. So they were constantly competing. Cunard, they had come up with two very, very fast ocean liners, the Lusitania and the Mauretania. And these were the fastest ships on the ocean. They were the fastest ships on the ocean. So in response, the leadership at the White Star Line, they said, okay, we're not going to compete on speed. What we're going to do is we're going to build the biggest ships and the most luxurious ships.
I've never had a baked apple like this. Have you?
No, it looks crazy though.
It looks crazy, right? I'm gonna go ahead and cut myself a little slice here. See all that juice running out. Cheers.
If I had this in 1912 as a rich man, I would feel like a rich man.
It is lunchtime in first class, and there's a couple things going on right here. I don't know if you've noticed. We have a potted shrimp, which is basically just melted butter with some salt and some shrimp. You spread it on some bread. Another thing I wanted to point out, we have alcohol. We have some beer. Finally, first class, Munich beer. This is what they actually serve on the ship. But let's go ahead and start off with the roast beef. Having beef like this in 1912 was status of like richness, you know?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh yeah. Also, like, I know it's not an exciting dish, but we gotta try the tomato beet combo here. I don't know if they're trying to make a salad out of it.
Well, look, to be honest, the old menus for the Titanic, if you look at them, it's kind of, sometimes it's hard to interpret, so, but this is what it said. It said tomatoes, lettuce, beets, so yeah. This is what we're having.
Yeah. It's not a bad combination.
This and this works great.
Yeah, now,
Disclaimer, I'm allergic to shrimp, so.
I'm gonna venture off by myself trying this potted shrimp. I wish Brian could have it with me, but it's just shrimp butter, but they call it potted shrimp. And it's on the menu, comes during lunchtime. Ladies and gentlemen, potted shrimp. It's a bit weird with the shrimp.
Yeah, it looks a little strange. I'm kind of glad.
It is really weird with the shrimp. I kind of get it though. You're in the ocean. You're smelling the sea, the salty water, the fish poop everywhere. As much as it doesn't work in my living room, I think it could work on a ship.
I mean, me and Pat, the reason we're in first class is because we own a shrimp business, and it's just, we've done billions, so.
Billions, and therefore we created this dish out of thin air. But we got one more meal left. our last meal on the Titanic. Brian, this has been a great journey with you. I mean, I can't believe we've learned so much up until this point. I mean, we got the smoked salmon cucumber right here, caviar with creme fraiche. We got chicken lyonnaise, creamed carrots with eclair. Dude, this is amazing. This looks fantastic.
Yeah, this looks royal.
This looks royal. I mean, we came from third class. You remember third class? We had like cold meats, cheese.
I never want to go back to third class.
Like once you experience first class, you're like, dude, I want to stay here. Let's go ahead and start off with the appetizer.
Let's do it.
Wow, I feel like a millionaire.
You are a millionaire, but we're billionaires. We own a shrimp company.
We own a shrimp company. That's right. And guess what a billionaire gets to do? Have one of the most fanciest foods out there, caviar. I can't believe they had this on the Titanic. That's kind of cool. Amazing. Cheers, man.
Let's go. One whole bite.
Let's go. If that doesn't make you feel like a billionaire, I don't know what will.
Fantastic.
That is amazing. Let's go ahead and try some of this chicken lyonnaise. I mean, with that demi-glaze on top and that like caramelized onion, you're on the Titanic, first class. Don't forget the sauce, baby. Cheers. Wow. Every meal in first class comes with meat. And I mean, what's more richer than that? You know what I mean? Do you remember in third class we were eating rice soup? As delicious as that was, I want some meat as well. I've never had creamed carrots before. I didn't know this was a thing until I did some research. I don't know what this is gonna taste like, so let's hope for the best. Cheers.
Creamed carrots. It tastes good.
It almost tastes like a carrot soup.
Kind of, yeah.
And just with cream, right?
It's really good.
Yeah, it tastes absolutely amazing. Last but not least, we have made it to the dessert section, my favorite section. We're eating the dessert right here.
Right here.
Right here.
There we go, guys.
Cheers.
Eclair bars for the win.
Eclair bars. These look amazing. Cheers. I literally have nothing else to say.
All I hear, go get the money. So I go get it. Hate means I do something right.